As has been covered once, Citrine's last wish will be the February 2023 update to Warframe, bringing the Citrine Warframe defense missions with a twist that drop her parts and vendor acquisition for her parts as well. Heart of Deimos pre-requirement kind of needed to be able to do this. 2 new weapons for her, an alternate helmet, Ember's Void Shell, 4 new Arcanes, new Warframe augments for Gora, Gaia, Revenant and Ureli, Rhino Deluxe, and the new Drifter Visage Ink. Basically, face tats. You'll notice one thing missing from this, and I was really expecting this to turn up when Stardays returned on February 1st. In case you didn't know, Stardays is currently active over on what is basically Fortuna. Ticker there will have all the new stuff. Yesterday's video, I do believe, link at the end of the video, but only for today. Tomorrow that changes to a different video. Yeah. I expected it to come in that, but what we got instead was not a single update at all. No, just Stardays. So before that will in fact come the 32.3 update, as they love to use these 3 letters for everything they ever basically do, the QOL changes. That stands for quality of life. Sandana smoothing tech is quality of life. No, it's not. It's just texture changing. Open world skylight changes. I'll give them that one because it will make all of the open world stuff look slightly better. Buffs to cool status effects. As a Frost user, massive thumbs up from me, because it needs to be much stronger than it actually is right now. But hopefully they're not going to completely destroy Frost in the meantime. But at the same time, they are referring to status effects from weapons here. But the big change, the biggie of all biggies, the Tau Forged Archon probability changes. Yes, that's right. The way that this is going to work is, in a normal mission, you get 20% chance of a Tau Forged Archon shard. And this is a 20% chance a lot of people haven't had. I'm still getting messages from people who haven't got a single Tau Forged, and have done it every week. I'm also getting messages from people saying they've only got one, and they've done it loads of times. But if you actually read the message very carefully, not that I could find it, because I did look, they've only done it 6 times. Which makes sense, because you should get at least 1 Tau Forged Archon shard every 5 weeks. Because that would be 20% once every 5 weeks. You should be guaranteed one. So what they are doing is they are changing it so the 20% stacks. If you do it 1 week and you don't get one, the following week it will be 40% chance. If you don't get one that time, the next week will be 60%. If you don't get one, 80%. If you don't get one, it's guaranteed, because it's 100% drop chance of a Tau Forged Archon shard. I'm really hoping to experience the 100% appear. Just 100% chance of a Tau Forged Archon shard. Because I want to kind of keep that to get one that I actually want. That would be great. What happens if you don't get one then, and it ends up at 120% chance? Does that mean you get one full Tau Forged and 20% of another Tau Forged? That has me intrigued more than anything else. The fact that they are finally making changes to this, so Tau Forged crystals have a... I keep calling them crystals. I know the shards. I'm still going to call them crystals. I can't help it. It's just... I don't know where it came from, but it's there. It's in my head. The Tau Forged shards and the 20%, it made sense, but people just aren't getting that 20% chance. So something isn't quite right somewhere. But this change, the 32.3 quality of life changes, everybody expected to be on the 1st of February when Stardays went live, and it wasn't. But I should also add the Citrine frame that you see on the right here in this horrible hand... Well, to be fair, it's a very nice hand-drawn image, but considering this is supposed to be showing off the frame, why they wouldn't use this image, I'll never know. That image of that frame looks amazing. It also shows off the defense you will be doing to get a hold of the frame. But if we actually go to the Warframe website and we refresh this, you can see if they were going to update it, something would have appeared here under latest staff replies, and there's basically nothing since, well, hang on. Where is the dev stream? Oh, that's right. It's also missing. Coming, dev stream 167 will be on January the 27th. It's February. The overview isn't here. It's actually on the website. You have to go to the home page, but usually it's in the forums as well, and links are put in here. This is something they've stopped doing, so this, yeah, when they release news, coming in here is kind of a waste of time. You have to literally go to news and into the game and then view more news, and it, go away cookies, it appears here. There's the overview I was referring to. But there's nothing here either. Was really expecting something, because it's been nearly a week since the dev stream, and considering the last dev stream that went, oh, we'll have more news on whatever it was in the upcoming days, which is what they said about the quality of life stuff and when the Citrine update would go live, they have said nothing. And since this went live yesterday with Stardays, people have asked me the same thing. Where in fact is the Tau Forged Archon probability changes? And why did they say it would be a quality of life changes that's going to be something else? It's not. Pay very close attention to the update name itself. Update 32.3. That's why I started on this image. Will contain the new Warframe, 2 new weapons, a new defense mission with a twist, because you're defending a massive crystal, well, mineral. I do believe, they kept saying it's a mineral. Alternate helmets, void shell skins, 4 new arcanes, new augments, rhinos deluxe, the Tau Forged Archon probability changes. The quality of life stuff is coming in 32.3. It's got the same number. It says update 32.3 quality of life changes. And update 32.3, Citrine's last wish, is still coming in February. It will more than likely, if I had to put money on when it is actually going to come out, I'm going to have to say the 15th. Either they are waiting for it to get through cert right now to release it on the 8th, because update days are a Wednesday, or it's going to be the 15th. Hopefully it's the 8th, because, to be fair, they kind of need to not do what they did last year. But more than likely, I would say about the 15th. But until Digital Extreme actually say when it's coming, sadly, the Archon probability changes is going to be part of the 32.3 update. It literally says it there. So, no. This is, in fact, was never coming with Stardays. Even though I also expected it with Stardays, because it's something people have been after since they introduced Archon shards back in September or October. And they said they were working on it since September or October. They are finally releasing it this month, because it still says coming February 2023. So it will be here in the next, hopefully, week or two. Until then, we're just left waiting, staring at this image of her, thinking, wow, that frame actually, it looks like a much better mag. But this is part of the defense mission. The crystals are part of her ability. The thing you are defending here, and the return of course, Exini itself. That's why I'm looking forward to this update. The return of Exini as a defense mission. I'm hoping, especially since we can see the infested stuff inside of the doorway here, that this is going to be part of the... It's going to be exactly the same as Exini was, but obviously not with a normal pod you are defending. Even though they've said it's kind of you're defending a crystal, shall we all just ignore this in the middle of the room, shall we? The image that they use that's supposed to be a defense based around defending that mineral thing, that's not a mineral. That's the defense pod. And for those who actually don't know this, the defense pod contains a Tenno. There is a Tenno inside of it, even though it's technically not a Tenno, because that's not the pods the Tennos are in. That's just a person. There is a person in there. You are defending a person in defense missions. what is supposed to be a shard that technically, ever so technically, is still in fact a person, because all imagery of this shard that we are defending, this crystal, this mineral, this whatever it is during these missions we're defending, does in fact contain a being of some kind. I wouldn't say this is really a person, because maybe it's possible you are defending a Citrine frame that is inside of their chrysalis. Don't know. They said they weren't going to go too much into it to spoil too much about the actual missions when they do finally release more news on this and tell us when it is coming. Till then, we'll just have to hold tight, sit down, wait, be patient. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.